There Will Come Soft Rains by Bradberry. Read to you, chiefly mumbled by, and interpreted through me. In the living room, the voice clock sang, tick, tock, 7 o'clock, time to get up, time to get up, 7 o'clock, as if it were afraid nobody would. The morning house lay empty, the clock ticked on, repeating and repeating its sounds into the emptiness. 7, 9, breakfast time, 7, 9. In the kitchen, the breakfast stove gave a hissing sigh and ejected from its warm interior 8 pieces of perfectly brown toast, 8 eggs, sunny side up, 16 slices of bacon, 2 coffees, and 2 cool glasses of milk. Today is August 4, 2026, and a second voice from the kitchen ceiling in the city of Annandale, California. It was repeated the date 3 times, just for memory's sake. Today is Mr. Featherstone's birthday. Today is the anniversary of Talita's marriage. Insurance is payable, as are water, gas, and light bills. Somewhere in the walls, relays clicked, memory tapes glided under electric eyes. 8-1, tick-tock. 8-1, o'clock. Off to school, off to work, run, 8-1. But no doors slammed. No carpets took the soft tread of rubber heels. It was raining outside. The weather box on the front door sang quietly, rain, rain, go away. Umbrellas, raincoats, for today. And the rain tapped on the empty house, echoing. Outside, the garage chimed and lifted its door to reveal a waiting car. After a long wait, the door swung down again. At 8:30, the eggs were shriveled and the toast was like stone. An aluminum wedge scraped them into the sink, where hot water whirled them down a metal throat which digested and flushed them away into a distant sea. The dirty dishes were dropped into hot washer and emerged twinklingly dry. 9:15, sang the clock, time to clean. Out of warrens in the wall, tiny robot mice darted. The rooms were a crawl with the small cleaning animals, all rubber and metal. They thudded against chairs, whirling their mustached runners, kneading the rug nap, sucking gently at the hidden dust. Then, like mysterious invaders, they popped back into their burrows. Their pink electric eyes faded. The house was clean. 10 o'clock, the sun came out from behind the rain. The house stood alone in a city of rubble and ashes. This was the one house left standing. At night, the ruined city gave off a radioactive glow that could be seen for miles. 10:15, the garden sprinklers whirled up in the golden fonts, filling the soft morning air with scatterlings of brightness. The water pelted window panes, running down the charred west side where the house had been burned, evenly free of its white paint. The entire west face of the house was black, except save for 5 places. Here, the silhouette in paint of a man mowing a lawn. Here, as in a photograph, a woman bent to pick flowers. Still, farther over, their images burned on wood in one titanic instant. A small boy, hands flung into the air. Higher up, the image of a thrown ball, and opposite him, a girl, hands raised to catch the ball that never came down. The 5 spots of paint, the man, the woman, the children, the ball, remained. The rest was a thin charcoaled layer. The gentle sprinkler rain filled the garden with falling light. Until this day, how well the house had kept its peace. How carefully had it inquired who goes there? What is the password? And, getting no answer, From lonely foxes and whining cats, it had shut up its windows and drawn its shades in an old maidenly preoccupation with self-protection which bordered on mechanical paranoia. It quivered at each sound, the house did. If a sparrow brushed a window, the shade snapped up. The bird, startled, flew off. No, not even a bird must touch this house. 12 noon. A dog whined, shivering on the front porch. The front door recognized the dog's voice and opened. The dog, once huge and fleshy, but now gone to bone and covered with sores, moved in and through the house, tracking mud. Behind it whirred angry mice, angry at having to pick up mud, angry at the inconvenience. Not a leaf fragment blew under the door, but what the panels flipped open and the copper scrap rats flashed swiftly out. The offending dust, hair, or paper, seized in miniature steel jaws, was raced back into the burrows. There, down tubes which fed into the cellar, it was dropped into a sighing vent of an incinerator, which sat like evil ball in the corner. The dog ran upstairs, hysterically yelping at each door, at last realizing, as the house realized, that only silence was there. It sniffed the air and scratched the kitchen door. Behind the door, the stove was making pancakes, which filled the house with a rich baked odor and the scent of maple syrup. The dog frothed at the mouth, lying at the door, sniffing. His eyes turned to fire. He ran wildly in circles, biting at his tail, spun in frenzy, and died. It lay in the parlor for an hour. 2 o'clock, sang a voice, delicately sensing decay at last. The regiments of mice hummed out as softly as brown gray leaves in an electrical wind. 2:15, the dog was gone. In the cellar, the incinerator glowed suddenly, and a whirl of sparks leapt from the chimney. 2:30. The bridge tables sprouted from the patio walls. Playing cards fluttered onto pads in a shower of pips. Martinis manifested on an oaken bench with an egg salad sandwiches. Music played. At 4 o'clock, the tables folded like great butterflies back through the paneled walls. 4:30. The nursery walls glowed. The animals took shape: yellow giraffes, blue lions, pink antelopes, lilac panthers cavorting in crystal substance. The walls were glass. They looked out upon color and fantasy. Hidden films clocked through the well-oiled sprockets, and the walls lived. The nursery floor was woven to resemble a crisp cereal meadow. Over this ran aluminum roaches and iron crickets, and in the hot, still air, butterflies of delicate red tissue wavered among the sharp aroma of animal spore. There was a vast sound like a great matted yellow hive of bees within the dark bellows, a lazy bumble of a purring lion. And there was the patter of okapit feet and the murmur of fresh jungle rain, like other hooves falling upon the summer starched grass. Now the walls dissolved into distances of parched grass, mile on mile, and the warm, endless sky. The animals drew away into thorn breaks and waterholes. It was the children's hour. 5 o'clock. The bath filled with clear, hot water. 6, 7, 8 o'clock. The dinner dishes were manipulated like magic tricks, and in a study a click. In the metal stand opposite the hearth, where a fire now blazed up warmly, a cigar popped out, 1/2 inch of soft gray ash on it, smoking, waiting. 9 o'clock. The beds warmed their hidden circuits, for nights were cool here. 9:05. A voice spoke from the study ceiling. Mrs. McClellan, which poem would you like this evening? The house was silent. The voice said at last, since you have expressed no preference, I shall select a poem at random. Quiet music rose back the voice. Sarah Teasdale, as I recall, your favorite. End of part 1.